picture your father as a baby boy needing his diapers changed? Can you picture your teacher on the first day of school? Not her first day of school as a teacher, but her first day of school as a 5-year-old girl. Can you picture your mother playing with a baby rattle? I ask you these questions because every adult started off life as a kid, and kids like to play games. They like to play with toys. I'm here to tell you about my life playing with toys as a kid and how that translated into me writing a book. The name of my book is Jayla Jumps In, and it started off with a girl jumping rope, but I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. Did you know that the oldest toy in the world is a stick? That's believed to be the first thing humans played with. The first toy that was actually fashioned is, I bet you could guess that, a ball. There are evidences of balls being made as far back as maybe 6,000 years ago in Egypt. These balls were clay balls, and they were very small and probably were used to play a game similar to what we call marbles today. Did you know that the very first coloring books weren't for children? They were for wealthy adults to teach them how to paint, and they were called painting books. Did you know that there was a bubble blown so large it was able to enclose 19 children? The bubble was blown in England by a man named Sam the Bubble Man on March 27, 2006. It made the Guinness World Records for the most people enclosed in a single bubble in the whole world. 19 boys and girls, that's a lot of folks. Can you blow a big bubble like that? Did you know that every second 2 Barbie dolls are sold somewhere in the world? So that's a little bit of toy history for you. Let me tell you about my personal toy history. Believe it or not, many years ago, kids played with games that weren't based on a computer or a digital platform. We played using our own bodies and our imaginations to make the game. For example, one game I played as a kid was tag. With tag, one person is it, and then that person runs and chases everybody else trying to tag or touch somebody else. Then that new person becomes it, and he or she runs around and tries to chase everybody until they tag or touch somebody else. Then they become it, and on and on and on. I know it sounds monotonous, but we had a great time playing tag. Another favorite of mine was hide and go seek. One person closes their eyes and counts to 100 by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, on up to 100. During that time, everybody disperses and finds a place in the neighborhood to hide. And then the person who was counting has to go and find that person. Once you spot somebody, you and that person take off running back to base. And the first person back to base ends up not being it. Again, it sounds like sort of ho-hum, but if you think about it, a lot of video games involve a chase or a race. But instead of watching somebody on screen do it, you're actually the one doing the running and the chasing, and that levels up the fun a lot higher. Take my word for it. One of my favorites was jumping rope. And we had 2 forms of jumping rope. One was single rope, where you jump with just one rope. And then there was double dutch, where you turn 2 ropes simultaneously. And the jumper is in the middle, trying to negotiate the rhythm of both ropes going at the same time. That's what inspired the book, Jayla Jumps In. It's about a little girl who forms her own double dutch team. Just like me, in real life, I formed a double dutch team as a grown woman. I gathered up other men and women who still remembered jump rope fondly and wanted to do it again even though they were old. And so we have a team called DC Retro Jumpers, and we have jumped rope all over the place. We call ourselves DC Retro Jumpers because DC, all of us are from the metropolitan Washington area. Retro means a throwback to older times, and jumpers because that's what we do. We jump up and down in the rope. So let me read you a little bit about the book that came out of my experience from being a double dutcher. Let me set up the situation for you. In this scene, the main character, Jayla, wants to see her mother jump rope. She recently found out that her mother was a champion back in the day, and she can't believe it, and she wants to see her mother actually doing this thing called double dutch. And finally, she's convinced her mother to participate. They're on the parking lot of a large hardware store, and the other people in the scene are family members. So here we go from Jayla Jumps In. Tamika and I begin turning. "I'm coming in Tamika's door," Mom said. "Door? What door?" And then I realized she meant she would be jumping into the rope from Tamika's side. I can't really say she entered the door. Whew, she flew in. "Skin the rope," she yelled. What did that mean? But I felt Tamika's side of the rope increase in speed, so I moved my arms as rapidly as I could to keep up with Mom's feet. "Faster," she yelled again, and Tamika and I made the ropes move so fast I could hardly see them. Mom turned around and then turned around again. She leapt up in the air to do a pop-up. Then she was back in the rope, jumping faster than an Olympic sprinter headed for the finish line. All of a sudden, it was like my middle-aged mother disappeared and a teenage jump rope ninja took over her body. Her hat began to slip from her head, so she snatched it off and threw it away. She unbuttoned her coat and managed to shuck it off without missing a step. Free of the heavy coat, she did an extra high pop-up, and then she did what the cheerleaders called a C jump. That's when you jump and curve your body backward so that it's in the shape of the letter C. Then she was back to jumping hard. Her breath puffed out of her like the trail of a jet plane crossing the sky. After what felt like hours, she missed. She huffed and puffed and leaned back against Tamika, winded but grinning. "I haven't jumped in years," Mom said once she caught her breath. But that was so much fun. And it is. Jumping rope, double dutch, it's a whole lot of fun. Take my word for it. Actually, you don't have to take my word for it. I want to see you jump, but maybe you'd like to see me jumping first. So here's a picture of me jumping rope. A lot of times people think that because I started a double dutch team, that I'm the best one at it. No, I just have fun at it. It's a lot of enjoyment for me. So this is an easy way for me to have some pleasure after a hard day of work. So here I am at the local recreation center doing double dutch. Watch. When we do double dutch, it's like an infection spreading, but it's a happy infection, and it draws people from all around. This next video I want to show you, we were doing a double dutch exhibition, and this woman was driving down the street. She put on the brakes, stopped the car, got out, and just had to join us. She used to jump double dutch as a kid, and I think she was on a team and did it as competition. She's really good. Take a look. Double dutch has literally taken me all around the world, not just Washington, Maryland, and Virginia. But in 2018, we were sent to Russia to teach double dutch. Here's a video of us doing an exhibition where a Russian woman joins us in the rope, not just to jump, but to do some hand clapping games. Check it out. Jump rope is popular around the world. There was a jump rope team that we met while we were in Russia. They were really superb. Watch this man's moves. He not only jumps with his feet, but check out the other body parts he gets into the action. Would you like to learn how to jump double dutch? DC Retro Jumpers made a video to teach people how they could get started. It begins by doing what we call the bunny hop, but watch our instructional video for more instructions. Welcome to the world of double dutch, a great way to stay fit. Let's learn the basic step to get started. That is the bunny hop. Feet together, jump up and down in a steady rhythm. Now stand in the rope and do the bunny hop. When you find your rhythm, you can do other moves in the rope, like crisscross, turn around, dance. Chants help you maintain a good rhythm. Turning the rope is very important. When you turn, you're making circles, one at a time in a steady rhythm. Turners need to watch the jumpers and keep their timing in sync with the jumping. The turners are the key to double dutch. They keep the jumpers jumping in the rope. And more than anything, make sure you have fun. Not everyone likes to exercise, but everyone likes to play. Think you got the hang of it? I hope you try it out sometime soon. You'll be glad you did. Grab a group of friends to make it more fun. Now I have an assignment for you. I showed you how to play a game that I like. I bet you know a lot of fun things to do as well. So I want you to teach me a game, a sport, or how to use a toy that you enjoy a great deal. What I want you to do is to write out the instructions on how to play your favorite game. Let me give you a few hints to make that easier for you. First, because it's something you enjoy, this game or sport is probably something you're good at. But other people will be coming with less knowledge than you, so you want to break it down into very small steps. Secondly, be precise in the language you use. Don't just say, toss the ball. How do you want them to toss the ball? Do you want them to aim the ball at the bat? Do you want them to throw overhand or toss it underhand? Be specific and precise in your language. Third, what equipment do they need to use? Do they need to have a ball? Do they need a pen and pad? Do they need a video game or a computer? Make sure you tell them all the elements that are required to play the game. Fourth, what is the object of the game? If you're playing cards, is the object to lose all your cards first and get rid of your cards first, that makes you the winner? Or is the object of the game to accumulate as many cards as possible? Is the object of the game to run around all the bases and get back to home base first? Make sure you tell the people what they have to do to be considered a winner for that particular game or sport. So I'm going to wrap up this talk on toys, games, and sports with a quiz on toy history. So answer these questions. 1, what were balls made of before the invention of rubber? Was it pig bladders, human skulls, wood? Question number 2, what is the connection between basketball and peaches? Yes, peaches, the fruit you eat in the summertime that's pink and reddish and juicy. 3, there's a popular card game called Uno. What does the word Uno mean? And for extra credit, what language is the word Uno from? Number 4, the Barbie and Ken dolls are named after real people. Are the real Barbie and Ken husband and wife, sister and brother, or mother and son? And 5, Lego's building blocks were invented in Denmark. What does the Danish expression Lego mean? You can find the answers to these quiz questions by going to the website found below on the screen. If you go to the screen and answer the questions, you will be given a code that you can use on my website. My website is www.joyjonesonline.com. When you get there and go to freebies, you'll see the Jayla Jumps In activity book. If you answer the quiz questions and type in the code for the Jayla Jumps In activity book under freebies, you'll get a free activity book. I hope you'll also read the book itself, so you'll be able to experience the fun of double dutch even if you don't jump anytime soon. If you want to learn more about my team, DC Retro Jumpers, visit our website, www.dcretrojumpers.com. Thanks for joining me for this discussion of toys and their history of Jayla Jumps In. I hope you play well.